is that? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to hopefully be changing this turbo. As you will see, we are still in the shed, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, previous video I said about me having to tear this place down because I've got to move. That is still the case, and it's a couple of weeks now until I do actually move because we found somewhere to go. I'll explain all of that sort of stuff in another video later on down the line, if and when I build another shed. But for today, we are talking turbos. Specifically this one because mine is smoking. As you can see from that, it is smoking. It is getting worse. It has been progressively getting worse for however long I've owned the car. I had the valve stem seals done by Chris at Wayside, so I know that was done well. So it could only be the turbo. And like I say, it's only at certain times, but we won't go into all that. So this turbo I picked up from north of Manchester, near Bolton where it was. Nice sort of 2.5 hour-ish drive up there to pick that up. And it came with Turbo Smart actuator, so we're all good there. It didn't, however, come with this Forge recirc, so I've now got that, installed that. My son actually did that, trying to teach me about cars, so that was cool. And I've changed these for some silicone hoses. I clamped this one down with a tie wrap, so obviously it ain't coming off. And I went to do these, and then I remembered that last year I actually changed all my sensors on my turbo and all the sort of controlling stuff around there. So what I'm going to do is when I get mine off, out of breath, I need to change that over because I don't know how long that one's been on there. It could be the original one, it could be a new one, I don't know, but I know mine's new, so mine's being changed over when we change that over. Whilst we're in here changing all this lovely goodness, this is one of the things that's got to come off. And because I don't like how kind of grubby it is, and I didn't want to take it off at some random point just to switch it up and, you know, drain coolant and lose coolant or whatever, I've saved it. I didn't specifically save it for doing this job, but now that I'm in there, I might as well do it. And my friend James gave me this, which is in a hell of a lot better condition than mine. However, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spray this black up on the shelf. You probably can't see it actually, but I've got some high temperature black paint, so that's going to go black. Don't know if people will be happy about that or not, but anyway, this is the stuff I've got. Ignore that, new project. So yeah, this is what I'm going to spray it with, and hopefully that will make it look a little bit more presentable in there. As for the heat shield that's on there, I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I might rip that off and flog it or whatever. So anyway, let's get this one off. We've got to do a couple of bits as well, and one thing I forgot to mention is I'm taking the front bumper off. Watching Craig's video, he was talking about he didn't know how to take the bumper off and that, and then at one point he said he wished he had of. Mine's misaligned from when the splitter got smashed off it, and it keeps popping out of the wings on this side and the other side. So what I'm going to do is take the bumper off, and then obviously when I've finished doing all that I've got to do, I can realign the bumper, which is something I really need to do. So we're kind of killing lots of birds with one stone. So I've just spent a couple of minutes flattening that down so it's got a nice keyed surface and all the flecky paint is all off. So I'll give that a couple of coats and then we can bang that on at the end. Quick update, guys. Obviously you can see front bumper's off and I'm currently draining the coolant. What you want to do is put, when you come under here, put some, I've just used garden hose as you can see. Put that over this like little nipple there, unscrew that, and as you're unscrewing it, pull it towards you, and then obviously can drain into a container. So that's where we're at. Not too sure where I'm going to go next. Probably taking the whale penis off from up there and start disconnecting stuff. just thought I'd update you guys because I'm cracking on here. I've got my coolant line off, which is just there, and it is proper grubby. Probably will clean up alright, but who knows. That one there is drying. It's had a couple of coats, looks all good. So yeah, that is obviously off of there. I've got that one, and this one cracked off. There's another one just down there. That one there is cracked off, and this one under here is cracked off. However, that one there, there's one under there, and there's one under there. They're going to be extremely difficult. So I will prevail somehow. I might have to watch Craig's video again to see if he says how he got to those, because I'm not too sure just yet. And the state of them, I was extremely shocked that it came off. Look at that, crusty McCrusty. But anyway, because I've got this one, obviously I've got a bit of reference to see what to take off from where. So obviously I'll take that one out and take that one out. And I think those are the only two that I've got left to detach, but they'll be from like underneath. So I'll go in a minute, I'll go under the car, take probably the boost hoses off from the intercooler to the bottom of the turbo, and try and get those two off there that I just showed you. I've no doubt going to run into some problems, so I will update you when I do. So guys, I am virtually about to take this out. I'm just waiting for Craig to turn up, and then I'm going to wait for him to arrive, because it just looks like it could be fiddly and stuff. So because he's done his, he'll know the best way. I've undone all the lines and everything like that. I haven't had to drop the oil. Yes, I've lost a little bit. There's a little bit in the pan, literally minimal, so that's okay. Obviously coolant was emptied, there's down there. And the bolts that are on the top for the actual manifold, these ones, it's easy to show you on this one, these are E18, so it's the inverted Torx. So that's those ones. I used a 17mm spanner to undo this one here. This one's a 24mm, and that one was an E14, so same as that, but obviously a 14 on 18. And we're off. Thanks to this man for his help. Everyone knows Mr. Craig. I'm still here. So that was the one we've just taken off. Obviously that's the one I'm about to put back in. Just got to change that over, and I'm sure there was something else I was going to do. Oh yeah, I've got to basically make sure I put these on and take my coolant hose off. I'm only saying this in the video so that I remember. Right, reversal of removal then, guys. Also, just been checking in there, and all the valves are all dry. They all look fine, so I'm really happy. And as you can see, all the studs stayed in the block, so that's a bonus. So everything is done up, as far as we know.
Yeah, it is.
We should be fine.
I only left a few bolts undone.
Oh, was that all?
Yeah, there's a handful of them to chucked in, we don't need them.
Nah, white safe. So we've done the V-band, and I'm hoping that that's done first time, because that's a pain in the backside. We've left that out for the coil pack to obviously allow any oil to circulate around the new turbo, because it probably leaked out in transit. So yeah, it's just a case of starting her up. So we've just cranked it over a couple of times, that's why all that's still on, and this is basically the final start, hopefully. Mate, what is that? Mate, can you... Turn it off! Wow, that was squeaky bomb time, guys. Some people... Thanks, mate. My heart has finally stopped, you know, racing. Right, I think we're all good. I don't think there was any exhaust leaks, so we're gonna... I'll get the bumper off the roof, back on the car, get it outside, and hopefully everything stays the same. So guys, I can report we are back together. The car started first time, and no knocking. No knocking this time. Thanks. And there was no smoke either, so that is an absolute game changer for me. That was the worst thing. Obviously I'll reverse into here, as you'll see in the clip. And obviously the smoke that had followed was just horrendous. It was horrible, but right now, nothing. There's a bit of smoke coming off, obviously the engine and that from where we've had our greasy hands, and coolant, a little bit of coolant spilt and all the rest of it, but you know, other than that, all happy right now. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'll take it for a little spin in a minute and I'll report back. So in that last clip, guys, you'll have seen me basically trying to bleed the cooling system. I'm still trying to bleed the cooling system. It's taking forever. I think it's been idling for like half an hour, and I've tried to put it on a kind of a flattish kind of surface. I didn't want to leave it in here idling, because obviously don't want all the smoke, if the, you know, exhaust fumes and that to sort of kill me. So yeah, I'm trying to get that to bleed, but I just wanted to show you this. Obviously my turbo that we took off, it had a crack in the penny valve, and I don't think I've got the footage of what it was like when I last checked it, when I changed the exhaust, but look at this. There you can see the crack. It's awful. So I don't think this turbo is going to be any use to anybody other than the scrap man. What do you reckon, guys? So yeah, obviously it was, the core was crap because it was using oil, and it's got that massive crack in the penny valve. Standard recirc valve, standard actuator. Don't think it's any good to anybody really, is it? But God knows. Just wanted to show you that anyway. So I managed to get the car all sorted. I've just took it for a quick spin, and it is a lot better. It actually pulls better and holds better. So before it was, I think it was peaking at about 14, 15, and then settling at about 10 or 11, but it would fluctuate a little bit between as I'm building the revs up, and that'd be like foot to the floor. So I've just done the same again down highway, and it basically held at 15. So I'm really happy with that. Like I say, feel it pulling harder. So I would say overall, despite the little hiccups, been a good success, great success. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.